Hi, my name is Rula from Change Your Life Now. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the work that I do with kinesiology and how kinesiology is a stress management system, neuroenergetic kinesiology, the type of kinesiology that I work with. As I've explained before in other videos, I don't know if you've watched, we work with the triangle of health. We work with your anatomy, your physiology, your endocrine system, your, bloods, and all that kind of stuff, the physical side of the body. The other point of the triangle is your emotional side, your psychology, your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and the neurological pathways, for example, that affect our well-being. And then the third aspect is our energy levels. Now, we are energy organisms. We have electric currents that go through us. We have an aura, we have an energy field. So many of us are aware of it because we're sensitive and we're aware of our, how we're affected by energy, how we're affected by other people, how we're affected by what's happening in the world. So all three aspects affect us and our well-being. And in kinesiology, my job is to put my clients into balance. In other words, it's a stress management system. I am not a doctor. I do not recommend and prescribe anything. Obviously, we work with the team, with the doctors who will work with you from that point of view. But as a kinesiologist, all I'm doing is I'm noticing where the stress is in the body, and I'm doing corrections based on the three aspects of the body to put the body back into balance. So let me explain to you a little bit about the physiology side of things today. I want to talk to you about nutrition. Our immune system is obviously affected. Our life force energy is affected by the food that we eat. We receive energy, life force, we call it chi or prana, in our body through the food that we eat. We also receive it through the genetic line of our lineage, parents, grandparents, and so on, in our genes. And we also receive a form of energy from the universe around us, from, what's happening around us in the world. But in terms of nutrition, the food that we eat, it's very important that we're aware of what we're eating, when we're eating, what we're eating, how we're eating. So obviously, when there is an emotional issue, we tend to eat emotionally. So many of us have sugar, chocolate, or pasta or bread because it's something that we've created from our childhood, from the way we were raised, to feel comfort. So comfort eating. And many times it is not good for us because our body can't tolerate certain things. There's so many things that are genetically modified these days, and chemicals that have been put in for preservatives and so on. So in our nutrition pathways, when we're working with finding the stress in the body, we look at the food system, for example. We look at the different kinds of food groups: your vegetables, your grains, your fruit, the different food groups, your dairy and that kind of stuff. And then we notice with muscle testing, is there stress in the body around any of these items? For example, if there's stress around the grains, okay, which grain? Is it millet? Is it wheat? Is it buckwheat? Is it this? We've got a whole list of formats that we use to go into the body to muscle test and to identify which of those wheats is causing stress in the body. It doesn't mean that it's bad for you, or it doesn't mean that it's good for you. What we do is we just identify where the stress is regarding those meals, and we do a correction on your energy field to have less stress on the body. Sometimes it's too much, sometimes it's too little. And it helps you as a client to focus on what is it that's causing stress in your body. Obviously, there's always an emotional attachment to things. There's an energetic attachment to things, because as we say, we work with a triangle. So there's all sorts of things attached. So in your balance, we would go through it and understand what is causing the stress. It could be toxins in those products. It could be toxins that you've had in your body from your childhood, or from something else that's affected you, things like mercury or any other sort of toxins that could have been in your body. And we work on correcting them and clearing them and putting the body back into homeostasis. We work with things like we ask the body, are there any drugs? For example, you've been taking any sort of medication, and obviously we do not interfere with medication that has been prescribed, but we always look at understanding if there's any stress in the body caused by that medication, and we allow the clearing of that stress in the body to obviously not cause stress. We work with additives and preservatives, for example. Is there any stress in the body based on additives and preservatives that I have been eating? We work on bacteria, your good bacteria in the gut or bad bacteria, an imbalance of the bacterias in the gut microbiome. And we look at microbiome breakdown of the intestine, large intestine, small intestine. We look at the details. What is causing? Is there fungal imbalance? Is there bacteria imbalance? And then to do some kind of energy or correction, basically. We use different things for our corrections, but to create a balance. And then obviously the person would have to go back to their naturopath to say, okay, this has showed up in my balance. Can we please do the blood tests and the microbiome tests, etc., to notice if there's anything that we can record from tests point of view. So that is how kinesiology can help. And it's a very powerful tool because it brings to your awareness an understanding of your body. We work at a deep level we look at whether the stress is in an organ. Is it in a particular organ? Is it in the stomach? Is it in the large intestine, small intestine? Is it in the spleen? Is it in the liver? And then obviously we look at the function side of it or the structural side of it. And if there's any stress, obviously then we would, look into doing some tests around that so that we can check, if there's any problem that has to be addressed by your doctors. And there's always an emotional involvement with these things. So, sometimes it's not, look, I believe from the experience that I've had working with my clients and with my own personal experience that there's always an emotion underlying a lot of the stress that we have in our bodies. We can work with bones, for example. Is there stress in the structure or the function of my bones in terms of the elements, the calcium, etc.? There's so many elements that we work with. Is there any stress in our muscle? Is there something that's affecting our muscle at a deeper level, at a microbiome, at a what's the word I want? Biochemical level that's affecting my muscles, and I constantly have this tightness of muscles. Is it a magnesium issue? What is the issue with my muscles? And then obviously you would go and have it checked further once we've noticed that there is stress in the body. But also a lot of it has to do with your energy production. I'm tired all the time, or I just don't have the energy, I'm exhausted. And we can go into the deeper level at a microbiotic level to understand, is it something because of imbalances in your fatty acids or your carbohydrate breakdown, molecular level. We go down to the very, very deep molecular cellular level to understand what is causing your energy levels to drop. So it is a powerful way of exploring your well-being. And I do recommend you try it. Give it a try and just see. It might be something that will resonate for you and help you find some kind of homeostasis in your day-to-day living. So, do some research. And if there's something that interests you, please give me a buzz. You can message me below. You can put comments below. We can have a chat on the phone and then see if this is something that you would like to try. So thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.